It's a special episode of FrogLady Presentations. You asked for it, you got it. Today is Cisco Von Schnitzel. So, a lot of you asked to hear about Cisco Von Schnitzel. So I'm going to oblige and happily do so since he is one of my favorite things on this planet. Cisco is my dog. He is a Chiweenie. Chiweenies are half Chihuahuas, half Dachshunds. They're really not recognized by like what they call the AKC or whatever, but you know who they are recognized by? People who love awesome dogs. He's fantastic. So, he definitely has that Dachshund look, but he's also got the Chihuahua look too. So, very sweet and lovable, except if you come in my house uninvited. Like if my son's friend just walks in the door and I don't let him in, he will bite. He's just a nippy little guy if I don't make it to the door first. So he's got to be always watched on that. So he's only about 9 pounds, but he thinks he's about 90. So he's fierce and ferocious if need be, but 99.99% of the time he is asleep and calm and chill. All right? So, what are dogs? Dogs are kind of wolves in a lot of ways. Now, you know, we used to always think that dogs were just domesticated from wolves, and yes, they were. It's just that the wolves they were domesticated really aren't the same species that, like the gray wolf that we have today. So about 25 to 40,000 years ago, the dog was domesticated from a wolf that's now extinct. And we know that now through DNA. So really cool stuff going on there. He is a carnivore. So that means he eats meat. And he's got the teethies to do so. Look at those chompers. He gets his teeth cleaned every year. So, you know that Chihuahua, the Chihuahua breed, they, for some reason, their teeth get really dirty and lots of tartar on them, so they really need their teeth cleaned every year or they can get some problems. So we try to keep up on that for the old Sisky. We don't want them to lose any chubbies, all right? Just a little fun fact, this is a dog skull. You can say that. Cisco, how did I get a dog skull? What is this? He wants to know. I found this by a lake, so I don't know what happened to the dog. Sadly, it didn't seem good. This is a coyote skull. Now, when Cisco hears the word coyote, he doesn't know anything because I don't think he knows that word or what it means. But Cisco's worst day ever was when he was attacked by a coyote. Coyotes are very, very common in the Chicago area, and if you haven't seen one, it doesn't mean they're not there. They are everywhere, okay? They are in the Chicago area, and they live all around us, even in the city. So, if you have small dogs, you really don't want to let your small dogs out at night because they might get either chomped by a coyote for food, or some of the latest research thinks that maybe coyotes are just trying to kill them because they view dogs as a threat or a competitor to their food. So all really interesting things. We don't know for sure, but we just know you don't want your dog to be outside at night alone when there's coyotes around. And coyotes can be around during the day too, so you always want to be careful. Cisco was attacked because I got home from work. I was bringing all my animals in and out in their tubs. And Cisco was going in and out, and he really wasn't even that far from me. He was behind this big pine tree in our front yard, and I heard all of a sudden screaming, and I went over and I looked behind the pine tree, and there is a coyote, and he literally had, let's just show the people, Cisco, we won't hurt, literally had him in his jaws like this. And I ran and I go, coyote! And the coyote ran away, and I grabbed Cisco and I rushed him to the vet. He had a punctured lung, but other than that, he was okay. So we were a little scared. It was a little touch and go there for a bit, but he survived. So thank goodness. That was when he was about 2 years old. He's 8 now. So birthday October 9th. interesting fact. He and I kind of have come together on the ages. You know, when I first got him, of course, he was a puppy. He's like a baby. But now he's about 8 years old, and he's about around 45, 47, middle age, just like me. So I feel like we're right at the same spot in our life. So it's kind of cool. Cisco's favorite things: sleeping, eating treats once in a while, sleeping, going on the occasional short walk. He's not a huge walker. I actually have a carrier now that I take him hiking in. And then he really likes sleeping. That's his favorite. So I'll show you a couple videos here of Cisco doing his favorite things, so you can enjoy that. I'll meet you back here. He loves sitting in the sun. This is his food area. I got this off eBay. But by far, his favorite place to be is under the covers in my bed. So while you were watching those, Cisco told me he really wanted to share his favorite book with you. He loves bedtime stories, and he wanted me to read to you his favorite bedtime story. Kind of talks about his history and all. It is called Wiener Wolf. Dun dun dun. Alright, let's get into it. Wiener Dog seldom wagged his tail anymore. His toy had lost its squeak. He was hungry for something new. Life with Granny had become too tame. Until actually, sometimes he does a roo. When I get home, he does it. Like a pack thing. He hightailed it out of there and hitched a ride. It says, "Welcome to your state park." He took to the wilderness and nosed around looking for... friends? Looks like he found some wolfy friends. Wiener Dog understood. He became Wiener Wolf. He had a new backyard. And a new water dish. And new squeaky toys. Wiener Wolf answered the call of the wild. I wonder what I'm saying in wolf. That night he dreamed I can't see, Cisco. You like this one, don't you? Yeah. Oh, looks like he's dreaming of his owner. The next day began with hide and seek. He's so cute, isn't he? I mean, I've had this dog for 8 years, and he's just still the cutest thing in the world. Followed by a game of chase. Yikes! Wiener Wolf suddenly felt like Wiener Dog. I think he's gonna go. He's hitching a ride. And Wiener Dog belonged at home. With Granny! He welcomed his old dish, old yard, and old squeaky toy. Granny even knit him a new sweater. Cisco hates clothes, by the way. Hates them. He won't try to tear them off. He just stands there, does nothing the whole time. He'd be a perfect model for a dog clothes, but he just won't walk around in them. But Granny knew Wiener Dog also needed friends. And he got them. Ta-doo. All right, that was Wiener Wolf by Jeff Crosby. TT's favorite. That's Cisco's nickname around here, TT. I don't know how it became there, just did. All right, well, I hope you guys liked Cisco Von Schnitzel and a little snippet of his life. He, again, is one of my favorite all-time animals and things in the entire world. And I love him very much, and I'm glad that you guys all will love him enough that you wanted to see his video. So, keep loving nature, stay healthy, stay safe. I love you guys. Bye-bye. What do you think, Sis? Cisco. Tee-tee. 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 Is that enough? Anything else you want to say?